Morning students. Okay, continuation will see the determination of osmotic pressure. Determination of osmotic pressure by using Bernoulli-Hartley method. By using Bernoulli-Hartley method. Okay, how we determine the? Okay, this one. Let's wait 1 minute. Okay, done. Determination of osmotic pressure by using Bernoulli-Hartley method. Okay, in Bernoulli-Hartley method, we'll see the. Okay, we'll take the one container, copper container, which is coated with. Okay, which is coated with cupric ferrocyanide semi-permeable membrane inside. We'll see that material. First I am drawing. This is the copper material which contain complete. Okay, here porous copper material. This is what semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane which contain pores. Semi-permeable membrane. Okay, this side we will arrange one capillary tube. This is capillary tube. Okay, here we have the one region. So here we have the one region. Which region? One is solvent region and solution region. Here solvent region. Here solution region. Here also solution. Okay, solution. And here it is connected to pressure gauge. This is the pressure gauge. Here we are applying pressure. Okay, here this side we take solvent reservoir. That means we are passing solvent from here. This we call solvent reservoir. This is the solvent. This is Cu2 FeCN6. Cu2 FeCN6 semi-permeable membrane. What is that? Cupric ferrocyanide. Cupric ferrocyanide semi-permeable membrane. What is the semi-permeable membrane? Which allows only solvent particles. Which allows only solvent particles. Okay, after the construction of this instrument, what happened? Okay, some of the solvent particle move. Okay, from the solvent particle move from the low concentration area to high concentration area. That means solvent into solution. That is we call as osmosis. Here. Okay, if it not involved in the osmosis, Okay, if it not involves in the osmosis, the level of capillary tube is stable. If it involves in osmosis, the level in capillary tube, this is capillary tube, the level in capillary tube decreases. Okay, then after 10 minutes, after 15 minutes, solvent molecule move from solvent region to solution region, that we call osmosis. Okay, here for the prevent of migrating of solvent particles from solvent region to solution region, we are applying some external pressure. Here from this side we are applying pressure on solution. This pressure is observing pressure gauge. What happened here? Okay, here we are applying some external pressure. Okay, continuously we are applying pressure. At one time, the level of capillary tube is stable. The level of at one place, okay, at one pressure, the level of capillary tube is same. That pressure we call as osmotic pressure. That pressure we call as osmotic pressure. Okay, when we call osmotic pressure, when we apply the pressure, at same time the water level in or solvent level in capillary tube remains constant. Then the applied external pressure we called as osmotic pressure. The osmotic pressure of solution, okay, calculated by using this equation, pi v is equal to nst or nRT. What is pi here? Pi is equal to osmotic pressure. Okay, next v is equal to volume of solution. Next n is equal to number of moles. S is equal to universal dilute solution constant. T is equal to temperature in Kelvin. Volume in cubic centimeter or liters. Osmotic pressure in atmosphere or kilopascals. Next, here n is equal to what? N is equal to weight by molecular weight. Pi v is equal to weight by molecular weight St. Okay, m is equal to Wst by pi. M is equal to Wst by pi. By using this principle, okay, we will calculate the molar mass of solute. Molar mass of solute which is present in a solution. Okay, next, pi is equal to what? How to calculate the osmotic pressure? Nst by V. By using this principle, we will calculate the osmotic pressure of that particular solution. Okay, see here, I will repeat once again. First, you take the solution and solvent. Solvent taken in porcelain copper tunnel or copper tank. This is called porcelain copper tank. This copper tank, okay, pasted with the semi-permeable membrane. What is the semi-permeable membrane? What is the meaning of semi-permeable membrane? Why we use here semi-permeable membrane? Okay, semi-permeable membrane means the membrane or the layer which allows the solvent particles. Okay, the membrane which allows the solvent particles. We called as that one what? Semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane allows only solvent particles. Here in middle you take the solvent. Here you take the solution. Here you take the solution. This solution connected to the pressure gauge. Why we use pressure gauge? What is the use of pressure gauge? We are applying some pressure now. We identify the pressure in pressure gauge. That pressure equal to the osmotic pressure when the solvent remains constant at capillary tube. From this we are taking solvent. So we call as solvent ratio. Okay, here after 10 minutes or after 15 minutes, solvent particles moves. This is called what? Osmosis. For the preventing of this one, for the preventing of movement of the solvent particles, okay, here we apply some external pressure. That pressure we call as osmotic pressure. When we apply that pressure now, here capillary tube level remains constant. Then only that pressure we call as osmotic pressure. The osmotic pressure of the solution calculated by using this principle. Pi is equal to St by V. Our molar mass of this solute calculated by using this principle. M is equal to Wst by V. This is about the determination of what? Osmotic pressure by using Bernoulli-Hartley method. This is an important question. They will ask 5 marks. Okay. Then in continuation, determination of depression in freezing point by using Beckman method. Determination of depression in freezing point. Depression in freezing point. Indicate with delta TF. Okay, this method we call Beckman method. Beckman method. Okay, in this Beckman method, we take the 2 experiments. First, we take the one long beaker, what we call burette test tube type material, long glass tube, and first, and I will arrange one boiling tube. Okay, here I am adding ice with salt. Ice with the salt. Ice and salt. Okay, here I am taking solvent. And here I want to close this one. And here I arrange the thermometer. Okay, this is Beckman thermometer. Just here I will arrange one thermometer. This is Beckman thermometer. Here solvent. Okay, this is glass tube. Okay, glass tube. Next, this is boiling tube. Okay, solvent is water, for example. Okay, keep water here in boiling tube for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. What happens here? What happens here? Here we get the water. Use guys na. Ice and salt means water. Okay, first cool. Here applying some pressure. Okay, it will solidify. It will freeze. Solidification means what is the freezing point? Water liquid converts into water solid. This particular temperature we call as freezing point. At particular temperature water freeze. That point is called freezing point of water. Pure water. The freezing point of pure water indicated with T0. This is the T0. Okay, here water solidified now. That we call as T0. Okay, next in another experiment, same here I am taking same experiment. Here also same ice, salt. Here I take ice salt. Okay. Here I am taking solution. What is the meaning of solution? Water plus sugar. Non-volatile solution. Non-volatile solute. Okay. Here it is solution. Difference with this one only solution. Ice, glass tube. Okay. Here boiling tube. And here I am writing again. I am writing the thermometer. What is this? This one is Beckman thermometer. Okay, after 10 minutes or after 15 minutes, okay, solution also get freeze. That point, the temperature indicate with TS. What is the TS? Freezing point of solution. What is the T0? Freezing point of solvent. Here to here. For example, here observe freezing point of the water is 0 degrees centigrade. Here we will observe the freezing point of the solution is -5 degrees centigrade. What it means? The freezing point of water, okay, the freezing point of pure solvent decreases by the addition of non-volatile solute. It is called depression in freezing point. What is the depression in freezing point? Delta TF. Which is more? T0 is more. And here TS. This is the principle for the calculation of depression in freezing point. That is the principle for the calculation of depression in freezing point. Okay, here one more principle is there. Delta TF is equal to KF into WB by NB into 1000 by WA. By using principle, if you know the molar mass, weight of the solute, weight of the solvent, we will calculate, okay, depression in freezing point. What is the relation between and how you calculate the molar mass of the solute? If you know the, okay, depression in freezing point, this is the molar mass of the solute. WB is here molar mass of the solute. How to calculate? NB is equal to 1 cross multiplication. What is that? KF cross multiplication means KF into WB outside by it will come downside now. Okay, TF into WA. By using this principle, we will calculate the depression in freezing point. Depression in freezing point. Okay, first method, osmotic pressure. What that called? Bernoulli-Hardy method. Okay, second method, Beckmann method. By using Beckmann method, okay, here we determined depression in freezing point. Freezing point. Okay. Next, just we'll see the all formulas. Here I am discussing all formulas, but all formulas which are used in dilute solution chemistry. One more method is the Ladenburg method. In continuation, we'll see that Ladenburg method next class. Okay, next, colligative properties. First one, okay, lowering of vapor pressure. First colligative property, lowering of vapor pressure. Indicate with delta T is equal to P0 minus PS. RLVP, relative lowering of vapor pressure, P0 minus PS by P0. Raoult principle. What is the Raoult principle? Okay, relative lowering of vapor pressure directly proportional to the XB. Final principle is P0 minus PS by is equal to, okay, here WB by MB into MA by WA. This is the principle for the calculation of relative lowering of vapor pressure. Here MB is equal to okay, P0 into WB into MA by this one, P0 minus PS to WA. By using this, we will calculate what we calculate? Okay, molar mass of solute in relative lowering of vapor pressure and Raoult principle. The second, elevation in boiling point. Elevation in boiling point indicates with delta TB. Delta TB is equal to TS minus T0. Delta TB is equal to KB into WB by MB into 1000 by WA. 1000 by WA. Or use like that only. Next, calculate MB. Okay. Next, depression in freezing point. Just we saw depression in freezing point. Delta TF is equal to delta TF is equal to T0 minus TS. Okay, delta TF is equal to KF molar depression constant, molar depression in freezing point constant, WB by MB into 1000 by MA. This is the one more principle. Fourth one, already we saw, pi V is equal to nRT or nST. Okay, pi V is equal to W by M RT. M is equal to WRT by pi V. I am using sometimes S, sometimes R. That means both are same. Okay, here pi is equal to what? Pi is equal to, here pi is equal to, here pi is equal to WRT by MV. This is also one more principle. And pi is equal to CST is there. This also one more important principle. Okay, for the calculation of colligative properties. One simple method is there, Beckman. Okay, method, sorry, not Beckman method. Ladenburg method is there. Ladenburg method, which is used for the determination of boiling point of the boiling point of the solution and solvent. That is, by that will determine elevation in boiling point. Okay, in continuation, we'll see the elevation in boiling point. Thank you. Sorry, not